Now you stand, look, I didn't tell you that what I said was true. And I can hear you listening. You're listening, I don't think that's true. Nobody asked you. I'm inviting you to stand in the possibility, like a space, like an opening, like a clearing. Stand in the possibility that you don't have an appetite. Your appetite has you. And for the most part, those things with which you are concerned, like I want, I like, I don't like, I don't want, they are not your concerns, they are its concerns. And those concerns have you, you don't have them. Now I'm inviting you to stand in that possibility and look out at your everyday way of being in the world. Is it, I have a job, or does your job have you? Now honestly. See, I don't want you to get the answer. I want you to look out from the possibility that our work, that our relationships, that our families, that our beliefs, that our wants and don't wants have us, rather than the other way around. That it's not that you think, even though it thinks you think. It's really it thinks, and you have the thoughts. It's not you feel. That's a superstition. I'm inviting you to consider the possibility that it feels. And you have the feelings it feels, and those feelings use you. It is using your life. I didn't say that was true. So stop trying to figure out whether you agree. I'm inviting you to stand in the possibility that the being of human beings was here before you were ever thought of. It is an already set of options that lives in our languaging, in our culture, in our practice. The being of human beings lives in our languaging, our culture, our practices. It's an already set of options. There is no possibilities. Just a set of options. Yeah, my options will look different than your selection of the options. Your path through the options. And I may have something to do with which option I take. Because this being of human beings that is using us is an already set of options. And it is using your life for what? And I don't care what you think the answer is. I'm asking you to stand in the question. Within this larger question, what kind of a being is a human being? I'm asking you to stand in the larger question, it is using your life for what? Now you notice what you think and all your opinions. You notice that it will all come up for you. And I'm asking you to put those aside for the moment. And have the courage just to live in the question like an open question, not a question looking for an answer. Not a question with an answer, but like an open question. Stand in the question, stand in the space of possibility, the opening, the clearing. It is using my life for what? Stand in there and look out at your everyday being in the world. Stand in that question and look out at you waking up in the morning. Look out at your getting ready for the day. Look out at your showing up, wherever you show up during the day, whether it's in your home or in your office, with your children, with your spouse, with your friends. Look out from the question, from the opening, what is it using my life for? And look at your everyday being in the world. What is it using your life for? Again, I'm not questioning for an answer. We're not looking for information here. I'm inviting you to see what shows up like a breaking open, like a certain freedom for being, like a possibility, like an empowerment in your everyday being in the world, standing in the possibility and the clearing that these questions are, looking out at your everyday concerns, at your everyday being in the world. What is it using your life for in your relationships? Now you see, it's interesting. If you're doing this, if you're doing the work, the cheap answers don't work, do they? See, if you stand inside the question, what is it using my life for, and look into your relationships, it ain't using your life for love. That doesn't come very easily there. You notice that the pat answers, that the what you and I already know, and even what we know that we don't know, aren't very useful when you look from certain possibilities. Because we're not getting at what we're ordinarily interested in getting at. Please don't think I didn't say you don't have options. You do have options. I want to make a clear distinction between option and possibility. I said that there is no possibility. I didn't say that there weren't any options. When you showed up, human being was already a certain set of options. And you think, and you feel, and you speak, and you act, and you live in that set of options that was already before you were even thought of. So that there is no possibility for being, for human beings. There are only options within the possibility you inherited. If you travel in airplanes enough, you finally wind up reading the magazine. Because eventually you've read everything else. And in that magazine they have puzzles. And if you don't fly in airplanes that much, if you have children, your children bring puzzles home. One of the puzzles in all airplane magazines, and which all children bring home, is the puzzle of the 9 dots. So this is a puzzle in which there are 9 dots on a piece of paper, or a blackboard in this case, and your job is to connect the 9 dots, all 9 of them, with 4 straight lines without ever picking your pencil up from the page, or in this case, your chalk from the chalkboard. So there are many options. So while there are many options for the attempt to connect the 9 dots with 4 straight lines without lifting the instrument from the surface, while there are many options, there is no possibility of doing it. Many options, no possibility. And whatever is using you, the options which it provides for you are the only game in town. What is it up to? What is it that it's after? Why does it think the things it thinks? Why does it think those things which we have as thoughts? Why does it feel those things which we have as feelings? Why does it believe those things